Saturday morning, and I got my little air jet in. You won't really be able to make it out from there, but it's fine. Spoke about that last video. So I got the carbs pulled out, and I got the one that I showed you in the last video was the good one, and this is the one that has the bad one in it. So what I'll do at first, I'm redoing the I saw that. I'm redoing the paint on the license plate holder, just because I got the new tail light on there. I figured why not, you know, scuff it all up again, make it look pretty decent instead of having it, because the license plate, I had a kick in that whenever I get on and off the bike, and because it wasn't put on there super tight, it the paint on this side of it, because this is the side against the frame, yeah, the paint was just bad. I had scuffed it up, and then it had fallen off the bike a couple times because the screws got so loose from me kicking it. So, but yeah, so I'll clean both of these, and then replace the screw or the air jet with the new one. I got a kit there, hopefully a left-handed drill or a reverse drill bit or whatever it's called. Hopefully that'll get that out of there. I believe it should. I've been told it should, just as long as I mean, I imagine I could mess it up. So let's hopefully I don't do that. Right, well, I got this thing out. It was a very iffy process. It doesn't appear that anything is damaged down in there. I haven't taken the new one and tried to feed it down in there just yet. Let me do that right now. Okay, so it does go okay, everything seems cool, so I'm gonna break these down now and clean them as good as I can. I don't have a parts cleaner or anything like that. All I have is some brake clean and some elbow grease. So, well, I suppose let's see. I got everything hooked back up except for the battery, which I'm getting ready to do now. Carbs are clean, got new jets. Hopefully, come off it now. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Hooking up a battery cable. So all I had to do was just put a screw through a bolt, and it turned out to be a difficult process. We got it though. See if I leak fuel. Nothing yet. seems a little high. I might have to mess with that for a little bit. I mean, I didn't really run it all that long right there, so, but, well, we got that. Hopefully this thing's pretty decent at white balancing. We got this roasting in the sunlight. Hopefully I can get this all painted and put back on the bike today. That'd be super cool. Other than that, for about, oh, I'd say 30 minutes or so now, I've been tinkering with this. Trying to get this to at least work for now. It's still sketchy. I don't know. I cut a little plastic. I took a bushing from like, you know, when you buy new lawnmower tires or wheelbarrow tires, they come with the bearings, and then usually they come with two different size, these like plastic or polymer bushing things. So I mean, I bought some lawnmower tires recently, and I obviously had extra of them sitting around, and I was like, you know, I could probably cut that up and make that like a little spacer. Probably wouldn't be too bad. I might need to cut another one, because I feel like I can work more of this wobble out of it somehow. I would like to, at least. And then, I don't know, it doesn't really spring back the way I like it to. And it seems like really, really loose. So we might try and straighten some of that stuff out as well. So I got the license plate thing done. It's not really perfect, but it's fine. It's whatever. At this point, I can always go back later. So I'm just gonna throw this on real quick, and then I'm gonna pull the bike out so we can get a better look at stuff. Where did those things go? Oh. Awesome. The battery's about dead in the camera. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Battery died in the other camera, but this is fine. We'll just do it this way. I have not really a whole lot left to do, I guess. I just tested this, and it doesn't even apply the brakes. So, and I think, just guessing, I think I didn't get this when I put this back on. I didn't get this in the correct spot. Like maybe it needs to be angled more or less one way or another. It's super easy to take all that stuff off though, so I can tinker with that for a little bit, see where we get. So I got that dialed in, at least as much as I can tell right now. I'll know a little bit more. I know for sure it does stop the bike from rolling forward when I push on the brake pedal, so I'll be able to fine tune it once I ride it a little bit. I'll know whether or not I need to back off or tighten up or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, it was idling a little high, so I might mess with that. I need the speedo cable. I need another of the dies that cuts the threads. I got the 5/8. I need the next step down from that. I thought I had that. I guess apparently I don't. So the speedo cable is not going to happen at the current moment until I go get another one of those dies. The only thing left other than that is the front fender. That's not particularly pressing. It's just something that I'd like. Alright, the light's going to be a little crappy. And you're going to hear noises of getting a tree cut down in the backyard. But, so I got it out into the driveway. Running, which is something. I tuned down the idle a little bit. It might need to go a little bit more. I feel like it should be not quite so revvy still. But I can play with that. And I have to adjust the clutch. Because these should, from what I know, and I mean I'm not a super experienced rider or anything like that, but from what I know, your clutch, when you pull your clutch in and then you shift, you want your bike to start responding to it almost immediately, like once you start letting go. At least that's what I think, right? I might double check, do some homework just to make sure. But yeah. So there we go. I don't know how much more I'm gonna do today. I don't know how long these guys are going to be here, so we're playing it by ear. Woo, buddy. Well, there's Doc out in the sun. First off, we're gonna rendezvous back in the garage. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Guys, okay, it is hot outside. And it's way hotter when you are pushing a motorcycle. Doc was reliably starting up over and over again, and so I was like, okay, that's cool. I need a little bit of air in the front tire anyhow because it was a little low, so I was like, I'll cruise 3 blocks up to the local little gas station, put some air in the tire, cruise back. It'll be just a nice little short trip. Made it to Casey, shut it down, put air in the tire, went to go take off, start it, dead as a doornail. Wouldn't even start to turn over. You would figure, honestly, that the worst bit would be that it's not charging and that I had to push I don't know, a 500 or 600 pound bike in 90 some odd degree weather a good distance. But it's not. That's totally not the worst part. The worst part is I actually got a jump from the lady at Casey's, and I wasn't paying attention when I hooked up my battery cables, and yeah, so I'm pretty sure I fried that battery just because I wasn't thinking. I was like, man, I was so aggravated. I was like, dude, I suppose it's probably, at least I feel, this is what I want to work on today. So, it's what I'm going to work on. I have done a little testing thus far. The stator at this point does appear to be good. I'm going to test on the rectifier a little bit later today. I'll probably get it fired back up at some point later today once everyone wakes up, because it's still, you know, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning right now. So, but yeah. So I think for right now, we'll do a little work on the fender. Let me get the shop set up. I'll probably go pour some more tea, and we'll let her eat. Got Doc up on Dock back up on the lift. I don't really know how I'm going to approach this. It would appear to be relatively simple, but I remember it being relatively simple the first time around. Like I said when I talked about this before, what I was going to do first time wasn't going to work. But, so I should be, I feel as though I'll be okay a little higher, so I'll have to drill holes. My only real concern, which sucks, is I'm going to have, like, in order to know how well this is going to work, because the back of the fender has a sort of a flare out, is to have the exhaust on, but I can't have the exhaust on and have it on the lift, so we'll have to approach that problem somehow. But yeah, I should just be able to drill a couple holes. There we go. So in here, I have excess material that I can drill holes through to match the mounting spots on the inside of the forks. And I figure that should be good enough. And, you know, there's only 2 mounting holes on the thing anyhow, I think. I'm pretty sure. I got this thing taped up. I can't remember if there's only 2 holes or not. I think there is only 2 holes. So I'll just drill 2 more where I need them and bolt it on. Is what it should be. Like, I'm not really sure. My first concern is making sure that it doesn't rub the tire. That's the reason why I have to raise it up. So I guess if I get that far, I'll be able to handle. I should be able to figure out how. I mean, I'm hoping that just where I put it, I get lucky. Is honestly what it is, and it doesn't interfere with the exhaust at all. That's my hope. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with this in there. Alright. That should give me, it's the same trick I did with the rear tire, with the rear fender. And it doesn't rub. I've been able to test that out. I can feel it rubbing and it's not sitting on that chain. So that fender is apparently for a thinner tire, which is fine. I mean, because I can raise it up. You know, it might look a little funny, but let me try this. So I think the fork cutouts on the fender are too narrow for that tire. Maybe? It's about the only thing I can think of. Which means, if I want to use this fender, I will then have to cut that bend it out, and then weld it back together. That's the first thing that pops, first process that pops into my head. Well, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to help me with this one. So that other fender, I wouldn't mind doing that work to it. It'd be okay. But I do have the old fender, the one that was on there when I got Dohc. And so I figured what I'll do is put that on there and see if I can't remember exactly why I decided to not just use it. So, I do remember that the it was rubbing. I do remember that. So that might have just why I jumped on getting a new fender, because I was like, oh, I can get a new fender and it can be something a little bit more what I was going for. That's in there crooked. It's alright though. And if it's rubbing a little bit, to me that just means that when the guy that came before me cut the holes, it was kind of, oh, I can tell you right now. Well, that might just be because I haven't. Let's not jump to conclusions. But it might be that when they cut the holes, they didn't get it lined up exactly where they needed it. And so it caused the fender to be a little goofy going on. Okay, so you guys got the best shot of this right now, so you're gonna have to tell me what you think. Spread in. Okay, so how are you gonna tell me? What is that? 10 mil. Not tightening at all. Oh no, I'm loosening it. Stupid. And now really to fix this, if it is crooked, all it is, I think I see, maybe it'll straighten out once I tighten all these down. To fix this, if it is crooked though, it wouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be, at least. All I'd have to do is just weld the hole shut, like fill a hole, and then re-drill my new ones. I'm really hoping I don't have to do that, so I don't make the same mistake as the guy who came before me did. But you know, I guess it has to happen. It did straighten up a little bit. Tighten this last one down, and we'll see. There it is. It's back on there. I do feel as though there's less room. There's less room on this side than on this side. The back looks fine. No. That's this side of the fender has more room than the other side. So I wonder. Let me have a sit and think about this, and come back when I have an idea. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna roll with this fender for now. It doesn't look horrible. It's not offensive or anything. The rubbing. I don't know. Maybe the last time I put it on, I didn't tighten the bolts or something, because it doesn't really rub as much. Like you could hear it rubbing before, and now there's nothing. So I don't know. It is uneven. I will tell you this, on the tire. You can see that, and then also the sides here. You can see from them that they're not even, but it doesn't rub as bad as it did before. Like I said, I think maybe it's just because I tightened the bolts all the way down. We're gonna roll with it for now, see how that works out. So, just gonna get the exhaust back on and then figure out what I'm gonna do next. This is usually a really fun game to play. So, how big of a fight is this going to put up? I feel like I've gotten pretty good at getting this thing on and off as many times as I've done it. Couple started real quick. Oh no. This one wants to put up a fight. Ready for lunch. There it went. That one was being a pain. One board put on and then tighten them all down. Alright. So got it on the charger, and that should be charged up enough to fire it. I think I'm gonna test. I know it's not charging, but I haven't put a multimeter on it yet while it's running to see. I do know that some older bikes, I've heard at least, that some older bikes won't charge in an idle. You have to have them at cruising RPM, essentially. So yeah, we're just gonna try that real quick. a little bit of choke, I guess. The other day, it was starting without the choke, so I don't know. It is in fact now charging. So now I guess I'll do, like I said, I already checked the regulator, but I know there's, or the stator, but I know that there's more tests that I can do just on that. I was thinking that if the rectifier did go bad, it might be, because when I bought the bike, I was, well, I mean, if you've been following the videos, you've heard this already, but when I bought the bike, I was like maybe a mile away from the dude's house or something like that, 2 miles away from the house, and the rectifier damn near caught on fire between my legs, and so we constantly had to jump the bike to get it home. And then I replaced the rectifier and the stator, but when I wired the new rectifier in, I wired it the exact same way that the guy had it wired to begin with, which could have been the reason why the rectifier burnt out. So yeah, let me, I'm gonna have to look up, do some research real quick, and I'll pop back in when I figure something out. I tested the regulator rectifier, and it is, it's not charging the battery while it's running, of course. But at this point, after everything, I mean, I checked the stator. Stator should be good. I know at this point everything in the wiring should be hooked up. I mean, it should be, because I've gone through all of it. So rectifiers are pretty cheap for this, at least. They can get pretty expensive for, depending on what your model of bike is. But for what this is, you know, it's a Honda CB750, if you believe that. And so I'll just get a CB750 rectifier wired in. I looked them up. Yeah, you can get one for like 25 bucks on eBay. That's not bad. So we'll grab one of them up, see how it goes from there. But I guess really, yeah, I feel like I did an alright amount for this one. I'll call it there. And thank everybody for watching. Like, subscribe, share, do all the normal stuff. See you in the next one.